How to become a content creator in 2023. Right now is the best time to become a creator if you want to work with brands, if you want to get more leads for your product or service, or if you want to increase your influence and personal brand. In this video, I'll walk you through step by step what you need to do to become a successful content creator in 2023, even if you have 0 followers and 0 funds. I've been a content creator for the last 6 years, and I also have a background in social media and influencer marketing. So let's dive right in. The first thing is mindset. Before I start anything in this video, you have to have a certain mindset to put yourself out there online. You have to believe that you can do this because you can. But if you don't have the belief, you're never going to start, you're never going to take action, you're never going to do any of the things that I say in this video because you don't believe that it can happen for you. So start by priming your mindset, wrapping your mind around the fact that you can do this, you can make this happen, you can work with your dream brands, you can generate a certain amount of income for your brand. You can build your influence and build your personal brand online. You can do this, and it all starts with a mindset of belief. So the first thing you want to do is to find your niche. When people talk about finding your niche, it's not necessarily that you have to talk about the same thing until the day that you die, but you do have to have a general idea of what you want to center your page around. And your niche might change, but just to start, have a general idea of the things that you want to talk about. So start to explore your hobbies, your passions, the things that you're really naturally drawn to. One exercise I did when I first got started that really helped me was just to write down a list of anything that I'm even remotely interested in, was interested in the past, things from my childhood that I was interested in. And then I just circled the things that stood out the most to me, and I started to create content around those things. I have changed a lot as a creator over the year, from a focus in fashion to then photography, social media management, and content creation. It has changed so much, but these things are still the foundation of all things that I do. Even if I don't write fashion blog posts anymore, I still throw in a little dash of fashion in some of my content because those are the things that I love. So you really want to have a niche that you can talk about endlessly for hours. At one point, I wanted my niche to be photography, but I realized that I didn't like talking about that for hours and hours and hours. I like to talk about content creation and social media and influencers and being a content creator. That's one thing that I can talk about for days and days and days. But it took me a while to develop that into my niche. Make sure you have a starting point because that's going to guide every other thing that you do. So once you have your niche, it's time to identify your goals. You want to have goals in mind so that way you can know where you're headed, and this is going to keep you going when things get a little tough. So what is your goal with becoming a content creator? Is it because you want to work with brands, because you want to generate sales? Is it because you want to start your own company and you want to have some influence before you release a product? Just get really clear on what are your goals, because you have to have this in mind if you want to keep going and if you want to have some sense of direction. The next thing is to learn how to use your iPhone. Guys, you do not need this fancy setup and equipment to make great content and be a content creator. That's one thing that I talk about in my course, but there's still just so many resources and ways for you to learn how to use your iPhone, how to have the proper settings, filming techniques, camera techniques, editing techniques. Just really think about perfecting your content and getting better. Just get really, really, really good at creating content. Make it undeniable. You can do this with your iPhone. That's the only thing you need to get started. iPhone, natural light, and maybe a small tiny mic off of Amazon like this one if you really want to do that. But the iPhone is so powerful and there's so many different things that you can do and create with just your phone. So start learning how to use your phone and how to create content with your phone. Before you jump out and buy a camera, start there. So that leads me right into my next point, which is start doing. You have to just start putting your stuff out there. Start posting, start taking content of things in your house, start reaching out to brands, start tagging brands. You have to get started. It's the only way you're going to begin to build that traction in and really formulate what you can become as a content creator. Even if you want to sell a service online, you have to start putting yourself out there. You got to start building your audience and building your community, but that only starts if you start to take action. Action is the only thing that's going to get us to our goal. So you have to just get started. Put one foot in front of the other and then just keep doing that until you get to where you're trying to go. When it comes to becoming a content creator, it really is just about being consistent, which leads me to my next point. Be consistent. Listen, the gurus do not say this for no reason. There's something about consistency that's going to take you way further than anything else. It's because people have to see you on a consistent. I think we need to see someone, or like you need to see a product or a service 7 to 9 times before you even engage or are aware of it. So that just lets you know, especially with people's attention spans being so minuscule these days, you have to continue to show up and continue to be in their face, letting people know what it is that you do and what it is that you have to offer. Consistency is the way to go. I have another video on my channel about how to actually be consistent, so you can go ahead and check that out if you want more information about that. These are the steps that you need to take to become a content creator in 2023. Start with these things and start on your journey to become a content creator. There is so much money out here to be made. There is influence and personal branding for all of us. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Like this video if you found it helpful. Go ahead and subscribe if you want more videos just like this one.